Hello, amazing English learners. Welcome back to Unlock B2 English. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mark. Last time, we introduced our unique scaffolding method and started our journey to boost your B2 English. Today, we're diving into a really practical skill, small talk.
Yes, small talk. It's often overlooked, but it's crucial for building connections, whether you're at a networking event, meeting new people, or just waiting in line. Many B2 learners can have a deep conversation, but struggle with those initial light exchanges.
Exactly. It's about going beyond just, "How are you?" and "I'm fine, thank you." We'll equip you with phrases and strategies to navigate these everyday conversations with confidence.
So, for this episode, we're going to explore common small talk topics, useful phrases for starting and maintaining a conversation, and how to gracefully end one. We'll also touch on some common idioms related to social interactions.
Key vocabulary for today includes break the ice, to start a conversation or make people feel more comfortable in a social situation. For example, a good joke can often help break the ice at a party. Common ground, shared interests, experiences, or opinions that help people connect. Finding common ground is essential for building rapport. Rapport, a friendly, harmonious relationship, especially one where there is good communication. The doctor built a good rapport with his patients. Awkward silence, a period of uncomfortable silence in a conversation. Nobody likes an awkward silence during a first date. Touch base, to briefly make contact with someone, often to update them or check in. Let's touch base next week to discuss our progress.
So, get ready to make your small talk big.
Before we continue, think about this. What's one situation where you find small talk most challenging in English? Is it with strangers, colleagues, or perhaps at social gatherings? Keep that in mind as we go through today's topic.
Mark, when people think of small talk, they often think it's just pointless chatter. But it serves a real purpose, doesn't it? It's like the warm-up before the main exercise.
Absolutely, Sarah. It's a social lubricant. It helps people feel comfortable with each other before moving on to more substantive topics. It's also how you break the ice and start to find common ground.
Precisely. So, what are some typical topics that are safe for small talk? We want to avoid anything too personal or controversial.
Good point. Weather is a classic. Lovely day, isn't it? Or, it looks like it's going to rain later. Work or studies are also safe, but keep it light. How's your project going? Or, are you enjoying your course? Hobbies or weekend plans can work too, but again, nothing too intrusive. Done anything interesting lately, or any exciting plans for the weekend?
Those are great. And for new acquaintances, current events, light ones, not politics, or even compliments can break the ice. Like, I really like your bag. Where did you get it? Or, this coffee shop is great, isn't it?
Perfect examples. The key is to ask open-ended questions that invite more than a yes or no answer, but aren't so open-ended that they feel like an interrogation. For instance, instead of, "Do you like your job?" try, "What do you enjoy most about your job?"
That's a subtle but important difference. It encourages the other person to share a little more and helps you find that common ground. And what if there's an awkward silence? How do we get the conversation flowing again?
The dreaded awkward silence. Don't panic. You can always refer back to something they just said or introduce a new light topic. For example, speaking of holidays, have you traveled much recently? Or, oh, that reminds me, did you see the news about European conflicts? You can also pay a compliment or make an observation about the immediate surroundings.
Exactly. And remember, small talk isn't about deep revelations. It's about establishing rapport. It's about showing you're friendly and approachable.
Now, let's talk about ending a conversation gracefully. You don't want to just walk away.
No, that would be rude. You can use phrases like, "Well, it was lovely talking to you," or "I really enjoyed our chat." If you want to continue the connection, you can add, "I should probably let you go, but let's touch base next week about topic." Or if it's a social event, "I see someone I need to speak to, but it was great catching up."
Those are excellent. And for a more casual exit, you can use, "Right, I better get going," or "It's been great chatting, but I need to grab another coffee." Always end with a polite closing, like, "Nice to meet you," or "See you around."
So, to recap, mastering small talk is about choosing appropriate topics, asking open-ended questions, actively listening for common ground, and having a few polite exit strategies up your sleeve. It builds rapport and helps you break the ice.
And it's not just about the words, it's about confidence. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel.
Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've discussed today about mastering small talk.
We talked about moving beyond basic greetings and using small talk as a social lubricant to break the ice and establish rapport.
We covered safe topics like weather, work, hobbies, and light current events, emphasizing open-ended questions to find common ground.
And we gave you strategies for dealing with awkward silences and gracefully ending conversations using phrases like, "It was lovely talking to you," or "Let's touch base."
Now, for your weekly challenge, the next time you have an opportunity for small talk in English, try to apply 2 new strategies or phrases you learned today.
For example, if you usually just say, "How are you?" try asking, "What have you been up to recently?" or "Any interesting plans for the weekend?" If you find yourself in an awkward silence, try making an observation about your surroundings. The important thing is to actively try these out in a real-life context.
That's it for this episode of Unlock B2 English. We hope you feel more equipped to tackle small talk situations.
Remember to subscribe and leave us a review if you're enjoying the podcast. Your feedback helps us reach more learners.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back soon with our next episode, Navigating News Headlines, Current Events for B2 Learners.
Don't miss it. See you then.